Hi, I'm Jasmine, and these are my three maxims. For personal leadership, the maxim I chose is don't compare your weakness to another's strength. I think as humans, we tend to often look at ourselves and say, well, I'm not good at this, but someone else is. And oftentimes, I know I do this in terms of grading or just some people have more clinical experience and some people have different backgrounds and they just know more than I would. And a lot of times you have to let yourself know that that's okay, and I have to tell myself that too. And I know a classmate quoted and said, often we tend to demotivate ourselves and we feel bad when we compare our weakness to another's strength. Um, I know that in terms of grading and the world of academics, it's hard not to feel bad when, you get a C and someone else gets an A. But I think knowing your weakness can work yourself to an advantage. In the John Maxwell videos, he talked about how surrounding yourself with weakness makes a better team. So if I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not good at, then that means that I can build a team of people who can do things that I'm not good at, which means that we're going to be a better team. For my team maxims, I chose conflict is healthy when done correctly. I chose this because I think teams tend to fall apart if conflict isn't done correctly. I know a classmate said that conflict is uncomfortable because people like to worry about the social implications of conflict. And in the conflict videos, it was mentioned that conflict is all about trust and about staying objective. I know that in interprofessional education or even in a healthcare setting, a lot of times there are disagreements between pharmacists and doctors about what is the best plan for the patient. What are we going to do that's not going to harm the patient, that's going to have the best treatment outcome? And sometimes it just gets subjective because everyone is different. But the key is just to stay objective and to not take it personally. My third maxim was for organizational. I chose to take care of your team. I chose this because I would want to be the type of leader that took care of their team. I would want to be remembered as the type of leader that did this. In the video that talked about how leaders ate last, the speaker talked about how he gave the illustration about how the woman threw herself on the child in order to save the child, and that he hoped that the leaders would be willing to do whatever it took, even in economic crisis. And this tend to relate to a discussion post that was made about how one student's place where he worked, the executives had given up a portion of their salary in order to save a few jobs, which to me is unheard of. I wouldn't think that people actually did that. But I know where I work that oftentimes there are pharmacists who will stay past the end of their shift rather than going home to their families. They'll stay and they'll help out if things just get insanely busy, which does happen oftentimes. And I think it makes a big impact. I know it makes a big impact on me. It makes the team feel better. But at the same time, that they're not getting any extra overtime or anything because every one of them is at set salary, but everyone appreciates the help and the fact that they're not, they're taking that extra 30 minutes or an hour instead of going home to their families. They're staying and helping. I know I would want to be the leader that took care of my team. But these are my maxims, so thank you.